Hello, everyone. Tonight we are going to travel into a place you already know, your own home, but we're going to look at it through a completely different lens. Picture this: you're sitting in your room right now, maybe under soft yellow light, maybe wrapped in a blanket. Outside, the world is quiet. Inside, your brain is buzzing with one question: how can I learn English really fast? A broken bar without ever stepping foot outside. You probably don't know how important English is, even now. Not just for job interviews or traveling. English is the language of the internet, of science, of global storytelling. If you know English, you don't just get access to words, you unlock access to worlds. So before you get too comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you really like what I do here. And hey, drop a comment with where you're listening from, and what time it is there. I always love to see how global this little corner of the internet is. Now, turn off the lights, maybe turn on the fan for some soothing noise, and let's get started tonight. Learning English at home might sound like the lazy option, but it's actually the smart option. Why? Because home is where habits live, and the secret to learning fast isn't speed, it's frequency. You don't need to cram 6 hours of grammar into your day. You need 20 to 30 moments where your brain touches English. Repeated exposure, in a place where you feel safe and relaxed, is the magic sauce no traditional classroom can offer. Think about this: at home, you control the environment. You control the input. You decide whether your brain hears English through a drama series or reads it through a recipe blog. At school, the teacher picks the lesson. At home, you're the teacher, and everything around you becomes your classroom. But here's the trap: most learners fall into they treat learning at home like a hobby, something they'll do when they have time. And guess what? They never have time. The key is turning your home into a language lab, not a break room. Your space must whisper English to you throughout the day. Let's look at a few powerful truths. First, immersion doesn't mean going abroad. It means bringing the foreign language into your mental and physical space so often that your brain stops labeling it foreign. And trust me, your brain is smarter than you think. It will adapt if you give it constant signals. If you wake up to an English song, brush your teeth while listening to a podcast, label your fridge refrigerator and your sink kitchen sink, your brain will absorb all of that like sunlight through a window. Second, comfort is your learning superpower. Most people associate learning with tension, tests, red marks, strict teachers, but your brain hates that. It shuts down under stress. At home, you can make the experience cozy, warm, and enjoyable. Sit with a cup of tea, wear your pajamas, and study on the couch. Your brain will thank you. Third, you're always home, even when you're busy. Home learning fits into all the cracks in your schedule. Waiting for rice to cook, practice pronunciation. Folding laundry, repeat vocabulary. Watching a movie, turn on English subtitles and actually read them. Learning this way isn't just efficient, it's addictive. But let's be real, there are also traps. One of them is distraction. Your phone, your bed, your cat, Netflix in your native language. That's why successful home learners treat their space like a sacred zone. They design it with intention. One corner becomes the English corner. One notebook becomes the English notebook. They respect their learning time like they would a Zoom call or a real-life class. And yes, I said respect, because learning English at home requires self-respect. It's easy to say I'll do it tomorrow when no one is watching. But if you really want to learn fast, you have to show up for yourself, every single day. Now, let me introduce a strange but useful idea. Pretend your house is in London. Seriously, narrate what you're doing out loud, in English. I'm making tea. I'm opening the window. I'm brushing my teeth. You'll feel silly at first, but it rewires your brain. It forces you to find simple English words for everyday actions. You'll realize you don't know how to say half the things you do daily, and that's where the learning happens. Learning English at home is not a shortcut. It's the real route. It's private, it's flexible, and it gives you endless opportunities for repetition, which is the mother of fluency. You don't need expensive apps, a tutor, or a perfect accent. You need discipline, curiosity, and a room where English lives. So as we wrap this section, remember this: Your house is already your classroom. The question is, so will you treat it like one? If you do, then you've already taken the first real step toward fluency. You're still at home here, but now, something's different. You've accepted that your space can become your classroom. But before you dive headfirst into English podcasts, YouTube channels, or language apps, you need to set the stage like a pro learner. Learning fast isn't about using more tools, it's about using the right tools, in the right environment, with the right mindset. And guess what? You build that environment, that mindset, and those tools, all by yourself, right here, right now. Let's start with your physical space. Look around. Is this a place where your brain feels awake, curious, focused? Or is it a place where you scroll TikTok until midnight and fall asleep with your mouth open? Be honest. Your brain is a creature of habit. If your desk is where you eat chips and binge drama, it's going to want chips and drama when you sit down to study. So step 1. Reset your environment. You don't need a full makeover, just a corner, one simple, intentional space that whispers, "English happens here." Put your notebook there, maybe a sticky note that says hello or fluency lives here. Keep a pen, a water bottle, a playlist, make it yours. Step 2. Control your sensory environment. That means light, sound, temperature. Use soft lighting or natural light. It tells your brain it's time to be alert. If your room is dark and gloomy, your brain thinks it's nap time. Sound: dry low instrumental music or ambient English sounds like cafe tilde copyright noise or city traffic in London or New York. Make your space feel like English territory. Temperature: a room that's slightly cool actually keeps you more focused. Cozy is good, but sleepy is not. You're not hibernating, you're building a new brain circuit. Now let's talk about your mental space. This is the part no one says about it's everything. Before every study session, give yourself one tiny ritual. It could be 5 deep breaths, or writing down your goal. Learn 3 new words. Listen to 5 minutes of native English. Say 5 sentences out loud. The ritual tells your mind, this matters. It makes the session sacred. Next, your tools. Forget fancy gadgets. The best learners use what they already have. A notebook, a folder on your computer labeled English Life, a Google Doc for new words, a timer, a phone with airplane mode. That's it. Simplicity beats complication every time. But don't forget, the tools only work if you work them. You need to make them part of your daily rhythm. This brings us to the power of triggers. A trigger is something that makes your brain say, "Ah, now I do this." For example, after I brush my teeth, I read one paragraph in English. When I make coffee, I listen to an English video. Right after lunch, I open my English app. Attach English to routines you already do. That's how you create unbreakable habits. And now, the question everyone asks: how much time should I study each day? Here's the truth: the time doesn't matter. What matters is intensity and consistency. 10 focused minutes a day is better than an hour of half scrolling, half listening, half carrying nonsense. Start with 15 minutes a day, but do it every single day. No 0 days. 0 days kill progress. Let me tell you a secret: most people who study English don't actually study, they just collect apps, watch videos, and feel good about doing something. But they don't internalize anything. You must go beyond watching and start interacting. Think like a builder, not a tourist. Tourists look, builders create. So here's what you build today: a study corner, a tiny ritual, and a daily trigger. Here's what you stop today: waiting for motivation, blaming your level, and thinking more tools will fix your laziness. They won't. But you will if you just commit to these 3 things. And let's address something real: you'll want to quit. Not just once, maybe 100 times. That's why your space matters. When you sit in your corner and see the notebook, the pen, the sticky note with fluency lives here, it reminds you who you are becoming. It's not about being perfect, it's about returning to the path, again and again. Also, be gentle with yourself. This isn't military training. You can smile, laugh, light a candle, put a funny meme in your English folder. Let your learning space reflect your soul. The more you enjoy it, the faster you'll grow. And one last point: to share your space with someone, a photo on Instagram, a story to a friend, a comment in our thread. This is my English space. Say it out loud. When you declare something, you give it power. You give yourself power. So here we are. You've gone from casual learner to intentional learner. From someday to this day, you've created a corner of the world where English is not foreign anymore. It's local, daily, and alive. You're not just learning at home, you're training like a pro. You've created your English space, and you've built the mindset. Now, let's bring in what might be the most underrated weapon in language learning: your daily routine. Routine is not boring, it's powerful. Because when something becomes part of your rhythm, it stops being a decision. And when you stop making decisions, you stop wasting energy. You just do it. And that's when things start to move fast. Think about how you learned your native language. You didn't have a textbook. You didn't sit in a classroom. You learned it because it was always there. Spoken, heard, repeated, lived. Your brain doesn't need explanations. It needs exposure and use it every single day. So the key to learning English fast at home isn't studying harder, it's creating a lifestyle where English happens constantly without you even noticing. Let's build that lifestyle together. We're going to break your day into 4 zones: morning, afternoon, evening, and night. In each one, we'll find simple ways to insert English that feel natural, not forced. Morning. Plant the seed early. Your brain is freshest in the morning. That's your golden window. Start your day in English. Not TikTok, not the news in your native language. Open your eyes and reach for something simple in English: a quote, a short video, an English affirmation. Even better, say something out loud. Just one sentence. Today will be a good day. I'm excited to learn. It doesn't matter what you say, it matters that you say it. Then, while you're brushing your teeth, listen. No eyes needed. Use a podcast, a YouTube video, or a short English story. Just let the sounds enter your brain. Don't try to understand every word, just absorb the rhythm. If you have time, journal in English for 2 minutes. It could be nonsense. I am sleepy. I have a lot to do. I want to improve my English. This isn't about grammar. It's about warming up your English muscles. Afternoon. Turn passive time into practice. This part of the day is tricky. You get busy, you forget. That's why we use micro practice. Cooking lunch. Listen to English. Set a rule: no more cooking without audio practice. Cleaning the table. Repeat 5 words you learned this week. If you have a short break, scroll Instagram only in English. Change your feed. Follow English accounts that interest you. Memes, travel, motivation, cooking, whatever makes you smile, but it must be in English. And here's a trick: change your phone's language to English. It's weird at first. You'll make mistakes, but in 1 week, you'll know every setting, menu, and system message in English, and you didn't even study. Evening. Convert entertainment into training. You want to relax, you deserve it, but you don't need to turn off your learning brain to enjoy yourself. This is where you watch English shows or movies, but with a method. Here's how: watch with English subtitles. Always. Don't pause every sentence. Watch once for enjoyment. Write down 1 quote or phrase that you liked. Say it out loud. Twice. That's it. 1 phrase a night. Over time, you collect phrases that become yours. You start to sound natural, because you're mimicking real speech. You can also use this time to chat online, not with native speakers, just with anyone, in English. Facebook groups, Reddit threads, Discord channels. Start simple. 1 comment, 1 emoji reply. Just engage. Night. Review and reflect. Your brain needs closure. Before bed, open your notebook. Write down 1 word or phrase you learned today. 1 thing you did in English. 1 thing you want to learn tomorrow. This reflection tells your brain, English is part of my life now. Optional bonus: listen to an English sleep story or affirmation. Even while you sleep, your brain processes language. Don't force yourself. Let it be soft, relaxing. Background noise. Let's recap your daily English routine. Morning. Wake up in English. Say something out loud. Listen while doing simple tasks. Afternoon. Sneak in audio and visual English. Scroll only in English. Change your device language. Evening. Watch English media with intent. chat online, say one phrase out loud. Night, reflect, review, rest with English in your ears. The beauty of this system is that it grows. You start with 5 minutes in each zone, then 10, then 20. One day, you realize your day is mostly in English, and you didn't even notice. You're no longer studying English, you're living in English. And that, my friend, is how you speed up fluency without burning out, without giving up, and without ever leaving your home. You've started living in English a morning, noon, and night. But here's a question that stops a lot of learners. Do I really need textbooks to learn a language? The answer is, no, you don't. In fact, for most people learning at home, textbooks can slow you down. They make you feel like you're learning, but often, you're just memorizing charts you'll forget tomorrow. You don't need to become a grammar expert. You need to become an English user. Let's talk about how to learn with no textbooks, no grammar drills, and no boring exercises. Adjust your senses, your curiosity, and your real-life brain. 1. Learn like a baby, not a scholar. Babies don't start by studying sentence structure. They start by hearing sounds, connecting them to feelings, and slowly mimicking what they hear. You can do the same. Instead of reading about the difference between will and going to, watch 5 people use both in conversation. Notice how they say it. When they say it, what the emotion is. Do they sound certain, unsure? Are they making a plan or a promise? Language is alive. You can't understand it fully by reading about it. You understand it by observing it, absorbing it, and using it. 2. Use stories, not rules. Here's a secret. The human brain remembers stories far better than grammar charts. So instead of reading present perfect, have plus past participle, read a short story that uses present perfect naturally. For example, I've never seen the ocean. My sister has gone twice, but I always stayed home. That's present perfect right there. No explanation needed. You see it, feel it, remember it. Now take it one step further. Rewrite the sentence with your own life. I've never a broken bar. What have you never done? My friend has a broken bar. Who in your life has done something you haven't? Write it, speak it, repeat it. This is real learning. It sticks. 3. Turn your eyes into English machines. Who says you need a textbook to read English? Look around you. There are words everywhere. Food labels, product descriptions, YouTube comments, recipes, emails, ads. Read those out loud. Example, look at your shampoo bottle. It might say, strengthening formula for dry hair. Read it. Then ask, what's a formula? What's a dry? Look them up. Now you'll never forget those words because they came from your bathroom. Your house is filled with free, real-world English. You just have to notice it. 4. Listen like a musician, not a student. When musicians hear a song, they listen for rhythm, tone, emotion. Do the same with English. Instead of translating every word, focus on how the sentence feels. Is the speaker happy, angry, surprised? Example, you've got to be kidding me. Even if you don't know every word, the tone tells you something crazy just happened. Write down the sentence, say it like they said it, then change the word slightly. You've got to be joking. You've got to try this. You've got to meet her. That's how you play with language and no textbook required. 5. Use your 5 senses to learn. Smell your coffee? Say, this coffee smells amazing. Taste your dinner? Say, this is too spicy. Feel tired? Say, I'm exhausted. See your messy desk? Say, I need to clean this. Every experience in your life is a chance to build vocabulary if you express it in English. And if you don't know the words, Google it, or ask ChatGPT, or write down what you want to say and find the translation. That moment of need, that curiosity, that's where the magic happens. 6. Use input flooding. This means you surround yourself with one specific grammar point or phrase and just let your brain soak it in. Example, you want to learn used to. Find 10 examples in real sentences. Watch videos where people say it, then make 10 of your own. I used to play soccer. I used to hate vegetables. I used to live near the river. Say them out loud. Feel them in your mouth. Let your brain catch the pattern. You didn't study a rule, you just felt the rule. 7. Use images and emotions. When you hear heartbreak, Don't think of a dictionary. Think of a movie scene, a sad song, a time in your life. When a word is linked to emotion, it becomes part of you. Make flashcards with images, not translations. Draw doodles. Use emojis. Angry equals thigh dot. Excited equals thighs dot. That's how your brain loves to learn a fast, visual, emotional. 8. Be your own teacher. No book, no problem. Be your own grammar detective. If you see a sentence you don't understand, don't panic. Ask, what's the subject? What's the verb? What's the feeling behind this sentence? Break it apart. Test it. Google similar phrases. Ask online. Write your version. Learning this way is messy, but it's real, and it's faster than waiting for a perfect explanation. So here's the deal. If textbooks bore you, ditch them. Replace them with real life. Use what you see, what you hear, what you feel. Use your hands, your eyes, your emotions. Build a language you live, not one you just study. You don't need rules. You need repetition, connection, and joy, and everything you need is already around you. Now let's talk about something that sounds a little silly at first. Talking to yourself. Yes, you, alone in your room, pacing around, speaking English to the mirror, your cat, your plant, or even your toothbrush. Sounds strange? Maybe. But this, right here, is one of the most powerful tools you'll ever use to learn English fast at home. Because let's be honest, the real enemy of fluency isn't lack of vocabulary, it's silence. You know hundreds of words, but they get stuck in your brain because your mouth never practices moving with them. The solution? Talk to yourself every day, out loud, on purpose. Let's break this down. 1. Why talking to yourself works. When you talk to yourself, you do 3 important things. You force your brain to recall words actively. You train your mouth to move like an English speaker. You build fluency, not just knowledge. Think of your brain like a library. Reading and listening stock the shelves, but speaking is when you take the books out and use them. You can't build speaking fluency with passive input alone. You need output. You need your voice, and when you're alone, you're free. No judgment, no fear, no mistakes that hurt your feelings. Just you, your thoughts, and your English. 2. Start with what you're doing. You don't need a script, just describe your life as it happens. I'm brushing my teeth. I have to send an email. This water is too hot. Where did I put my phone? Start small. 1 sentence, then try 2, then 3. Don't worry if it sounds basic. Fluency starts basic. You're not trying to sound smart, you're trying to sound real. 3. Turn your house into a language gym. Walk from room to room narrating your life like it's a documentary. This is my kitchen. I cook here every evening. Right now, I'm making rice. I need salt. Where's the salt? Or imagine you're filming a cooking show. Hi everyone, today we're making spicy noodles. First, boil the water, then add the noodles. Be careful, it's hot. Be playful, be dramatic, be silly. This is your time to stretch your language muscles with 0 pressure. 4. Use the mirror trick. Go stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself and have a fake conversation. Pretend you're meeting someone. Hi, my name is Alex. I'm from Vietnam. Nice to meet you. What do you do? Oh, really? That sounds interesting. You might laugh at yourself. Good. Learning should feel light, not stressful. Watch your face. See how your mouth moves. If something is hard to pronounce, slow it down. Repeat it. You're not just practicing language, you're practicing confidence. 5. Create daily talking routines. Attach speaking to habits you already have. While brushing your teeth, describe your day. While washing dishes, tell a story. While taking a shower, practice questions. What time is it? Where's the nearest restaurant? Can I help you? Make this part of your routine, every single day. 6. Use prompts to get talking. If you're stuck and don't know what to say, use prompts. Here are 5 easy ones. Today, I feel a broken bar. My favorite food is a broken bar. If I could travel anywhere, a broken bar. When I was a kid, a broken bar. Something I want to learn is a broken bar. Say 1 sentence, then add another, and another. Before you know it, you've spoken for 2 minutes in English. That's fluency training. 7. Record yourself. Here's where things get real. Use your phone. Open the voice recorder. Say something in English. 30 seconds is enough. Then play it back. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's also powerful. You'll hear where you're clear a broken bar and where you stumble. Even better, record yourself today, then again next week, then again next month. When you listen back, you'll hear your growth, and that's one of the most motivating feelings in the world. 8. Talk about your feelings. Most people don't do these, but it's gold. When you're tired, say, "I'm so exhausted today." When you're frustrated, "I'm annoyed because I made a mistake." When you're proud, "I did a good job today." Your emotions are real. They deserve words. And if you start expressing them in English, you'll build deep vocabulary that matters. 9. Use role play. Act out situations. Ordering food, booking a hotel, asking for directions, introducing yourself at a job interview. Talk as both people. Be the customer and the waiter. Be the tourist and the taxi driver. It feels ridiculous, and it works. Good morning. I'd like a coffee, please. Sure. Do you want milk or sugar? Excuse me. Where is the bus station? Go straight and turn left at the light. When you do this over and over, real conversations become easy. 10. Speak your future into existence. Every day, say what you want in English. I want to speak English fluently. I'm improving every day. I will watch a video later. I'm proud of myself. This isn't magic, it's programming. You're training your brain to believe that English is your language, because it is. So here's the truth. Talking to yourself in English is not strange. It's genius. It builds confidence. It strengthens memory. It improves pronunciation. And it makes you realize, hey, a broken bar I can speak. No audience, no pressure, no waiting, just you, a broken bar, and your words. And that's where fluency begins. Let's face it, your phone is already your closest companion. You check it first thing in the morning, you scroll it during breaks, and it follows you into every room. So instead of seeing it as a distraction, it's time to turn it into your ultimate English learning machine. And no, I'm not just talking about downloading one language app and then forgetting about it in a week. I'm talking about transforming your entire phone ecosystem into an immersive English environment that teaches you passively and actively all day long. Let's unlock the full power of the device that's already in your hand. 1. Change your language settings. It starts with a single tap. Go to your phone's settings and switch the entire system language to English. Yes, the first few hours might feel awkward. You'll hesitate over settings or battery saver or notifications. But guess what? That's the point. Suddenly, every swipe, every tap, every message, every menu is a mini English lesson. You'll learn high-frequency vocabulary like delete, update, download, cancel, submit, words you never see in textbooks, but use every day. Your brain begins to treat English as normal. That's a powerful mindset shift. 2. Curate an English-only home screen. What do you see when you unlock your phone? If it's a wall of apps in your native language, you're not training your brain, you're reinforcing old patterns. Instead, organize your home screen into categories like watch, YouTube, Netflix, listen, podcasts, Spotify, read, news apps, Kindle, speak, recorder, voice messages, practice, Duolingo, Anki, HelloTalk. Name your folders in English. Keep only what serves your English goal. Remove distractions or bury them. Your phone screen becomes a learning dashboard. 3. Fill your feed with English. Social media can either be a time waster or a language goldmine. Make it the second one. Follow English-speaking creators in topics you already love: cooking, gaming, motivation, fitness, lifestyle. When you scroll, you learn vocabulary, sentence structure, slang, and tone. It's real-world English, raw and alive. Search hashtags like #LearnEnglish, #English vocabulary, #English idioms, #English with, like, comment. Even if it's just an emoji or a short great tip, you're engaging in English. And engagement leads to fluency. 4. Replace passive scrolling with active apps. Instead of auto-scrolling Instagram, open an English learning app. But here's the key: don't collect 10 apps. Pick 2 or 3 that suit your style. Some favorites: Duolingo, fun, short bursts, especially good for beginners. Anki A for serious vocabulary building with spaced repetition. Link A read and listen at the same time using real content. Elsa Speak A perfect for pronunciation and speaking drills. Tandem or Hello Talk A chat with real people from around the world. Use them with intention. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. These moments add up. 5. Voice yourself into fluency. Your phone has a recorder. Use it. Record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Any topic. What I did today. Why I want to learn English. My dream job. Then listen back. Yes, it feels weird. But hearing yourself is key to correcting pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence. Bonus tip. Use speech-to-text apps in English. Dictate your ideas. See how accurate your pronunciation is. It's like having a mini pronunciation coach. 6. Use alarms and notifications in English. Set your daily alarms with English labels. Time to listen to English. Write your 5 sentences. Watch your 10-minute video. These small reminders keep you consistent and build identity. You're not just someone studying English, you're someone who lives in it. 7. Download content for offline learning. No internet? No problem. Pre-download English podcasts, audiobooks, Netflix episodes with subtitles, YouTube videos via premium, Kindle books or PDFs. That way, whenever you're on the go, a train, bus, waiting in linea, you can still immerse yourself in English. Every boring moment becomes a chance to grow. 8. Use your camera for vocabulary building. Snap a photo of something you don't know in English, a food, furniture, clothing. Then Google the name in English and write a caption. This is a spatula. This is a shelf. This is a ceiling fan. You just created your own visual dictionary, based on your life. Want to go further? Upload to a private Instagram story or folder and add English descriptions. It's memory plus creativity equals long-term fluency. 9. Speak to AI assistants in English. Siri, Google Assistant, Alexa, they all understand English. Talk to them in full sentences. Set a timer for 10 minutes. What's the weather like today? Tell me a joke. How do you spell a recommendation? You're training yourself to speak clearly, naturally, and you get instant feedback. 10. Build an English-only hour policy. Choose 1 hour every day. During that hour, everything on your phone happens in English. Your music, your apps, your voice messages, your comments, your thoughts. This focused hour rewires your brain to accept English as normal, not special, not foreign, not optional, just normal. That's the shift that accelerates learning like nothing else. You already spend hours on your phone every day, so don't fight it. Use it, bend it, mold I.